Festival. You know who won one of the alter ego trips?
I heard.
Intense Randy.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Good
going
for him.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Good for him. That's going to be a lot of fun. Intense Randy going to L.A., where he will seem way less intense, by the way. He only seems intense around these parts. You drop him in Los Angeles, you're going to fit right in. But that Alter Ego Festival is middle of January in Anaheim, California. And so I've got a trip for you about 5 o'clock every day. It's Black Keys. It's 30 Seconds to Mars. It's the 1975, if you're a Matt Healy fan. Paramore and Bush, who were just here for Buzzard Fest. My good friend Gavin Rossdale, who was, by the way, not in attendance. His ex-wife just got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His ex-wife is Blake Shelton's current wife. Forget her name. But she got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And would you be there? If you were Gavin Rossdale, I know that they had... The dissolution of their marriage was not without its controversy. I realize that. And that's putting it lightly. I think the rumor was that he porked the nanny or something. I don't know if that was ever confirmed.
I think it's pretty confirmed.
Oh, was it really? I don't know. I mean, I figured it was death by 1,000 cuts because they were like, he was 35 or something and he found out that he had a grown daughter from some road beef or something like that. So I just figured that maybe it was, okay, so let's say he did do that. Gwen Stefani gets a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She's been in music for a long, long time. Whatever she's doing, she looks fantastic. She's like my age. I think she's a little bit older than me. Looks great. Married to Blake Shelton, you know, Gavin Rossdale, and she pivots to this corn pone from TV. And but she and Gavin Rossdale have grown kids. They've got teenagers. And they were all there. And I wonder if Gavin Rossdale was invited. I wonder if he's persona non grata to them. I wonder if it's still a really acrimonious relationship.
I mean, I'm guessing if he wasn't there, it's probably not the best.
I wonder if you ever have to be invited to something like that. But just out of support, go, hey, listen, let's say all that stuff was true. You go, listen, I was the bad guy in the thing, but she's great and she's accomplished. You know, she's had a big solo career. She was in No Doubt, where she took the bass player for a ride and then dumped him for Gavin Rossdale. So listen, everybody can take a couple of sprinkles of blame. It's rock and roll. Relationships are tough.
Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that this girl right here from Orange County would have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That just doesn't make sense to me. The first song I wrote, it gave me my life purpose, so thank you, God, for that. And thank you to all of the fans. You guys, honestly, every single person that listened to my music all these years, I would not be here without you guys. It has been a beautiful exchange of love. Thank you so much, Hollywood!
She still sounds like she's got those braces. You know, when I met Gwen Stefani, she still had the grown-up braces, and she sounds like she still got the braces, even though she doesn't.
You might have one of those permanent retainers in the back. I have one.
Do you?
Yeah, I think, they said permanent is 10 years, but I don't know if I'm ever going to go back and get it taken out. But
it stays in.
Yeah.
Or you put it in every night, I thought. Like the clear thing?
No, there's
like what Mary
there's
had?
two separate. No, that's Invisalign. That's very different.
Oh.
There's a retainer that you can put in every night, and that's for the front teeth. Like that's like the top level teeth. Mine is on the back of my bottom layer of teeth.
Is that in lieu of braces, or that's like post braces?
That's post braces.
So you had braces?
I had braces, yes.
Gotcha. My son did, but my older daughter didn't.
Yeah, they're cemented to the back of my teeth. So I would physically have to go to the orthodontist or whatever to take it out.
Yeah.
So I just haven't, but they said it's permanent.
Yeah, adult braces is a move, boy, because you've really got to, that's something that most people, if they have the means to do it, because it's not like braces have gotten much cheaper, but, a lot of people want to get them when they're kids so that by the time they hit puberty, they're done with them. Like my son, we got him braces. We're like, you'll have these off by the time you go to high school. And that's the way you want to time it out, right? But I've known a few grown-ups over the years who've gotten braces. And that's wild because you're walking around with the braces on. People looking at you like, oh, yeah.
I had to beg my mom. Well, I just told her, I said, I'm not getting my senior pictures taken with my braces on. So you better, I think the guy took them off for like one day so I could do my senior pictures.
They could do that and then put him back on?
Yeah.
I thought that was a whole procedure.
It was.
Wow.
They
didn't have Photoshop back then? Of course they did. I mean, when you were in high school, they could have just photoshopped your teeth.
No, I don't think it works like that because there's some where he only took off the top layer. He didn't take off the bottom layer. So there's some where I was smiling really big and you could see like the bottom layer of braces. But
and the rubber bands and crap. And
I don't think I had the.
I remember dating girls who had braces like in high school and stuff. But there's just a billion things you could. I can't eat that. I can't eat that. I got to get the thing out. I'm like, oh my god.
I didn't really.
That's one thing when people would bring like a girl, like you don't want a girl with braces to sign your document. I'm like, even if it was the front of her smooth teeth, I don't want that part touching the skin. Like that.
Oh, yeah, that was so far away from any consideration of mine in high school. I wasn't even remotely close to a girl signing my document. It was just like making out in the back seat or something was as far as I was going to get. But
and that's
just
them braces.
Just them telling me about all the stuff that they couldn't do and take care of and all this. Holy cow. So Gwen Stefani gets her star out there on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
In my opinion, Gwen is the perfect person to receive a star on the Walk of Fame. From music, television, and movies to fashion and beauty, she has risen to the top over and over again with her unique style that has made the world fall in love with her. Not as much as me, though.
Not as much as me, though. I'm Blake Shelton. I love this girl. I love you, goddammit. Gwen, I love you.
I love this girl in restaurant.
I love this girl.
Oh, that's Toby Keith.
Toby Keith, I love this bar and grill.
Yeah.
Blake Shelton has probably got his own line of something. He's probably merched. I don't know. Gwen Stefani, of course, had her own clothing line for a while, but I mean...
Blake Shellfish Shack, maybe something like that.
Shellfish Shack, yeah, sure. Boy, try eating those with braces.
Mm.
So, yeah, she and Gavin Rossdale have 3 boys, and it's got to stink when those kids look exactly like your ex-wife, too. I mean, that's got to be weird. But anyway, I don't know how we got on that. Oh, because Bush is going to do the Alter Ego Festival, and Intense Randy won one of those trips. Cavaliers are playing tonight against the Indiana Pacers. It is their last preseason game, I think. They're in Indiana. Cavs are 0-2 in the preseason. Pacers at least have 1 win under their belts. So we'll see what happens. Tonight, 7 o'clock on MMS. We will get out of here later at 6:30 and then right into your pregame.
The Cavs beat Israel. That should count.
Maccabi Rayanana just in town, and the Cavs beat them.
Macarena. What was his name?
Maccabi Rayanana is the Israeli Super League team. Tonight, the Israeli Super League team, the Macarena, is in town.
No. Everyone starts doing it.
Uh-huh. I got $1,000 to give to you here. It's a chance for you to take some off of the Buzzard bookie. Just somebody we made up. But it's all for the service of handing this money off to you. So good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
There is a family who is very upset in North Carolina. You might have seen the headline, and it's a piece of clickbait headline, but it's interesting enough, I guess. But the family of this man is very, very upset, and they are upset because this guy was lying face down in the lawn of his home, and the landscapers mowed around him because they thought that he was a Halloween decoration.
Oh my God.
And so the family is mad at the landscaping company. Except, I mean, there's a lot, people are trying to get these realistic looking Halloween things going. You think you might inspect it? I think this landscaping company realized what was going on at some point and was like, we're not getting mixed up in this. So they just mowed around the body, and his family's all bent out of shape.
Wayne County families upset if their loved one's body was mistaken for a Halloween decoration and left sitting for days.
And they now want to be able to know how he died and why it wasn't reported to police sooner. Queen City News anchor Morgan Francis spoke with his family, joining us here in the studio with the very latest shocking details. Morgan.
Alicia Bryan, this all.
Don't know how you can do that. Mow right beside someone and assume that they're Halloween decoration at a house no one lives at.
The last time families saw Robert Owens was October 4th.
A house of nobody. I thought it was
Wait,
his
why
house.
are they mowing the lawn if nobody lives there?
Because it's probably the city. City goes, hey.
I
don't know.
What do you expect?
A
The
Sunday.
city to don't.
It wasn't until a week later that police found him here, down a long driveway off of Shoe Road in China Grove.
Didn't he stink?
He had little clothing.
What?
Didn't the body stink? It's not going to stink like a Halloween decoration. A dead body stinks.
In a hot North Carolina fall? I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's going to stink.
In China Grove,
Yeah,
North
but you got
Carolina.
that. You got that fresh cut grass, and that's a whole nother smell.
Oh,
so
it's so
covering
good.
up the stink of the
Decomposing.
body.
On and was face down in the grass outside a home that family says has been empty for quite some time.
My grandmother's lived off of Shoe Road for 40 plus years, and he's never been to this house. He's never known of this house, this far off the road. He's never been back here. He's never been known to come here.
Police told his sister Haley and mother Brenda that the 34-year-old hadn't been shot. They had to gather the rest from a construction worker on the property.
Construction worker told us that he had cuts and scrapes on his arms.
He said it looked like defensive
wounds is his words.
Family members admit Owens has been known to do drugs.
Okay, so this guy, those defensive wounds are probably not foul play. The defensive wounds are probably this guy climbed over like a barbed wire fence or something. And, but the family's upset.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
but my thought is,
family member died, so you're going to be upset.
but the landscapers, these guys knew what was going on. They had to know what was going on. In the middle of nowhere, there's to this lady's point, there's a Halloween decoration. These dudes knew what was up. They're like, we are not getting in the middle. You could have called it in. Maybe that's what happened.
That's what they should have done. Is just
Call
be like,
it in.
hey, we were mowing, and this guy messed up our pattern. We were trying to get some nice diagonal lines going through the yard, and there was a guy there, and we weren't sure if he was Halloween decorations or what, but
it would have been more fun.
Let's go check it out.
Not fun for this family, but the story would have been wilder had they not seen him.
If only
Had the
kids were
grass been-
outside more. If this were back in the 60s, kids would be poking them with the stick.
Poke with a stick.
They'd be walking down the train tracks to be like, do you want to see a dead body? You guys want to go see a dead body? Let's go. We're going to go on this adventure, and we're going to see this dead body. And we're going to see it before the bad kids with the pocket, the switchblades get there.
You talk to a kid now, just a random kid, and go, hey, want a stick? If they're real little, they might go, yeah. But older kid, what am I going to do with a stick? That's your body poking stick.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to poke it with your finger. You're not walking around with surgical gloves in case you stumble across a corpse. Listen, but
Why can't I think of the name of that movie?
Stand By Me.
It's like something by me, but I couldn't remember. Still by me? No, Stand
Lie by Me? That's a different, that was the sequel.
Yeah.
But also, if you've ever worked in a landscaping crew, they don't move a goddamn thing.
No, that's up to you.
That's right.
You don't wanna get
Anything that's
sued.
in the way, they will give it a wide berth. So they mowed all around this dude, and they said, oh, we thought it was a Halloween prop, except it's in the middle of nowhere. And
But they did say the city on some chalk outlines.
in the grass.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. But listen, people are trying. You can kind of understand where they're coming from if they're telling the truth there, because people are trying to make more and more realistic Halloween displays. And
I mean,
people
nothing's
pride
more
themselves
realistic
on that.
than a body discarded where nobody would put Halloween decorations. Like you put it on the front lawn, it's going to look like Halloween decorations. If it's out where no one really goes,
Yeah.
now that's realistic.
There's a lady, we have people near us in our neighborhood who create this elaborate front yard Halloween creche, for lack of a better word. And it's skeletons, and they have a theme every year. So it's like one year is like it's a skeleton teaching a skeleton class, and it's got to take a lot of time, and it just pops up. One day it's there. This year they went, I guess, in homage to Jimmy Buffett. It's a Margaritaville vibe, whatever.
Oh, cool.
And it seems like it takes a lot of work. And it's very impressive. But it's like I was reading about this woman in Texas where her neighbors got all mad because she had kind of done a thing like that in her front yard with a bunch of skeletons, except her display was Skeleton Strip Club.
Oh.
And she had skeletons in like wigs. There was a pole. And there's skeleton guys holding money.
I think that's funny. That's stupid, but
Right.
it's funny. But
And the
but
neighbors
they're
are
all
like,
skeletons.
this is a family-friendly neighborhood. Like, you don't think these dads have been to the strip club before? And the
Right, it might scare the kids from becoming skeleton strippers. You ever
There
think
you
about
go.
that?
You don't want that.
Scared straight. You become a stripper. They strip your flesh from your bones, and then you have to dance in hell.
That's the final strip. Or we flayed you. She said, it's just a creative outlet for me. I thought it would be fun. And, everybody wants to do this stuff in public. You know you're going to get in trouble for this with the neighbors. You know the news is going to show up. They go, what? Everybody plays dumb.
All right, there's a theory on why.
It would be more fun if these people went in the news and said, I don't give a rat's ass what your dumb kid thinks. I'm putting this in my lawn. They always play dumb. I just thought it was fun.
Someone has a theory that the landscapers didn't want to mess with the body and said it was Halloween decorations because they may have been undocumented. But I think if it was... Yeah, that could be
They don't want to
a
call
thing.
the police.
That makes more practical sense. But you call 911.
I would just pretend like I was never there if I was undocumented.
Yeah, but if you mowed around it, it looks like you were there.
Well, I'm undocumented, so I was never there. Technically on paper and in real life, I was never there.
There's no record of me whatsoever.
Absolutely
and the guy's
not.
dead. He can't ID me.
Exactly.
Having an overdose of so is my wife.
Overdose of what?
Marijuana. I don't know if it had something in it. Can you please send rescue?
Did you guys have fever or anything?
No, I think we're dying.
Okay, how much did you guys have?
I don't know. We made brownies, and I think we're dead. Time is going by really, 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 really slow.
Smoke weed every day.
I will say, too, I don't know who said about the whole stick poking thing. That's not just for kids. Adults do that, too. I remember when we were on vacation in Myrtle Beach, my mom and I were taking like an early morning jog, and what we thought was a jellyfish like washed up on shore. And my mom was like, poke it. I'm like, I'm not poking it. She's like, go get a stick and poke it. She was like, I want to see what happens. I'm like, you poke it with a stick. And I poked it with a stick and flipped it over, and sure enough, it was a jellyfish. And it like was pulsating.
Okay, but you thought it was a jellyfish or what? She didn't think it was a dead body.
No. It was
I know she thinks birds are pterodactyls, but you can kind of tell a jellyfish is a jellyfish.
It was just something in the sand, and it had a really thick, purple, juicy head. I was trying to give a description. There's no other way I could say it. But
it was clearly a jellyfish, Alan. It had a thick,
And she's like, Cody, get your
veiny-
mouth off that.
There wasn't no other.
Oh,
Get your
that's
mouth off that.
that
Juicy
sting.
purple head.
And she said, I think that's a jellyfish in the sand. Poke it. And I'm like, I'm not poking it. It's in there. I'm not like, she was like, get a stick and poke it. Poke it with a stick. And I was like, okay. I poked it, and it pulsated. Like, it just like went in and out.
That thick, purple, veiny head started pulsating.
And then
Right.
And Poundcake ran for the hills.
And then I kind of like stuck the stick in the dirt a little bit and
Yeah.
flipped it up. And then I saw everything underneath, and I was like, ugh. And then we
The
kinda
sand, please. The sand.
I did.
What did he say?
Yeah, stuck the stick in the dirt.
In the dirt, yeah,
In
the sand.
whatever.
In the beach dirt.
Yeah,
I think that's what they call
the
sand
dirt
down
hole.
there. Yep. And you live to tell the tale.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
That's the first time I've ever seen a jellyfish. Like, it just looked like a Jello bubble. It was weird.
Oh, yeah.
Looked like a big
Little ones pop up in this. We were in the Jersey Shore.